Again, another good start. Brilliant serve there from Baye. And PNG off to lead, 3 points. Another good serve from Baye. Just like they started the first set, PNG, they lead here by 4 points in this second set. Good tussle. Ratandina sets up for Nima, and then she just places it gently over the net. Finally a point on the board for Fiji. Baez sets up for Wallow and sends it towards the left. And that's a good one.
Just too far. Point back for Fiji.
Ratandina, Nima, straight to Baez, set up by Wallow, Baez. And that was a good point for PNG.
For the Swapper Bands at 5-2 in the lead by 3. Great start again. They won the first set if they win this second.
It was a good serve from Emily Baye to get them ahead by 4 points. And then just finding those spaces in the Fiji defense has got them in the lead, PNG. Good block at the top of the net from Nima. She timed her jump up there and blocked that ball from PNG. So it's 2 points in it. Ratandina with a good save for Fiji, and then she sends it across, but again, too far. Strong serve there again from Baye. Nima to Baye. Wallace sets it up for Baye. But went out. So Fiji within 2 points. Mistake from the serve from Ratandina gives PNG another point. Ratandina sets up for Nima, and she smashes it down the court. Seven, 5. Again, too long in the serve from Laite Nima.
Holding the lead here at 3-8-5, second set.
Ratandina sets for Nima.
Second set, PNG and Fiji. 4 points the difference on the swap.
So they change sides. PNG enjoying a 4-point lead in the second set after claiming the first set 21-19. Again, another powerful strike there from Laite Nima.
Nice power through the middle there for 6-9.
Set up for Baez. She goes long. Ratandina is there, and then pushed over the top from Laite. Ratundina smashed by Ratundina. Another point for Fiji. Baez sets up for Wallo. Ratundina was back there. Nima sets for Ratundina. Back to Wallo, and it's gone out.
Fiji closing the gap again. Back to one. Power play through the middle there.
Just 1 point separating these two teams.
Second set, Fiji and PNG. Fiji on a run.
PNG that's hanging on, 9-8.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please clap your hands for PNG and Fiji. Let's bring the two teams back out. Super second set again. The first set, awesome. Second set, 1 point the difference, 8-9.
Good block at the top of the net there from Laite Nima.
Back to 9-all. Fiji now on a run.
They're locked at 9-all. Ratundina with a serve to Wallo. Baez sets up for Wallo. Goes short. Ratundina was there. Nice shot there again from Baez. Just a soft one across the net.
Got a good set. Puts it on the sand for 10-9.
PNG edge ahead by 1. Scrambling back there, Nima for Fiji. Set up for Baez. And it's a good. Good block at the top of the net there from Laite Nima.
Back to 9-all. Fiji now on a run.
They're locked at 9-all. Ratundina with a serve to Wallo. Baez sets up for Wallo. Goes short. Ratundina was there. Nice shot there again from Baez. Just a soft one across the net.
Got a good set. Puts it on the sand for 10-9.
PNG edge ahead by 1. Scrambling back there, Nima for Fiji. Set up for Baez. And it's a good point for PNG.
Please put your hands together for Fiji and PNG. All right, second set. From the technical timeout, PNG up by 3.
Wallo serves straight to Laite. Ratundina sets up for Nima, and a good block at the net again there from Baez. She's reading the play well.
Picking up the hitting errors, 13-9, they're up by 4.
Not a good serve
breaker for Fiji.
from Wallo. Wallo sets it up for Baye.
Touch on the block, but out of bounds. Nice.
Then another point there for PNG.
Turn down the line.
They lead by 4 points in this second set. Ratundina. Nima got it over. It's set up again for Baye. Goes to the left and got that point in. She's on fire. Emily Baye.
Pushing hard in the second set at 15-10. If they win this set, they will win the match. Up by 5.
Again, another point for PNG. They lead by 6. And you can just tell with the body language as well. They're feeling pretty confident. Having taken out that first set, they're really making Fiji work hard in defense, scrambling across. Ratundina sets up for Nima. Again, Baye was there, read it well. Another short one. But it's gone out.
Ball out of bounds. There's one back for Fiji. Great skills from both teams.
Ratundina straight to Wallo. Baye sets up for Wallo. Short one over.
The drop shot over the block. Now perfect for the switch, 17-11.
It's a 6-point lead here for PNG in this second set. Good rally here from both sides. Nima pushes it towards the back. Baye was there. And then she goes towards the left, but went out.
The angle is good. Points for Fiji.
Wallo. So another point here for PNG. They lead by 6 points. So Aaron, that serve from Baye gives Fiji another point, and that was too long from Ratundina.
Service serve, 19-13 on the scoreboard. PNG getting ever closer to the second set.
It's 19-13. Ratundina again there, and then Nima gets it across. Wallo sets up for Baye. Ratundina was there, and it's enough.
All right, scoreboard
to get match point here.
PNG, clap your hands.
PNG poised to win the battle in Pool B. Again, a short one over from Baye, so clever. And that's a wonderful performance here from the PNG duo. Emily Baye and Michelle Wallo gets it done in 2 straight sets. Just such a strong performance from the two They really started well in both sets with fantastic serves from Emily Baye, and they just really controlled this match. Had Fiji scrambling around in defense, but their shots were accurate on attack. They really mixed it up as well in terms of their variations and options on attack. And it was just beautiful to watch this combination in action. Emily Baye and Michelle Wallot, they get it done in 2 straight sets. 21-19 in the first set and 21-13 in the second set to get it done for themselves and head Pool B, heading to the semifinals later on this afternoon. And that wraps up our morning coverage of day 4 of the beach volleyball here at the Corman Courts. Be sure to join us again later on in the afternoon at around 3 o'clock as we bring you the quarterfinals from the men's division and the semifinals later on in the afternoon for the women's division. So join us for that. Thank you for your coverage, and we hope to see you later on in the afternoon.
Rise up for the world to see. Shine Pacific.
Welcome and a very good morning. Well, good afternoon to you. It's been a great morning here at the Corman Stadium and a big day for beach volleyball as well as you have witnessed. Congratulations to Team Papua New Guinea, another win, and of course into the final stages of the competition. Coming up later today, we're expecting more action. Very soon we'll be crossing over to the athletics competition soon to take place here at the Corman Stadium.
Welcome to day 4 of track and field. Final day of competition at this magnificent Corman Stadium, and a slightly grey old day outside as well, as you've heard everybody say today. Rain is affecting us overnight, but let me tell you, it is not dampening the spirits at all over here at the mighty Corman Stadium. Hasn't taken the smiles off Team Vanuatu, because I tell you what, they're celebrating yet another magnificent gold medal this morning. If you haven't heard the news already, it was Simon Shali, Vanuatu, adding to his wonderful haul of gold medals already, the 10,000, the 1,500 and the 3,000 steeplechase. He's added the half marathon this morning as well, finishing in front of Abhikar Schlau and his compatriot Jack Norka Lilau. And a sensational finish as well for him in 1 hour 1 hour 15.44, and a good clear minute ahead of Abhikar Schlau in second place. A sensational finish for Vanuatu, which is just quite extraordinary. In the women's competition, the evergreen, the mercurial and the quite magnificent Sharon Firisua of Solomon Islands taking out gold in 127.31. Silver going to Diana Matikali of Solomons as well. And in the Open Oceania Half Marathon Championship, which it was, gold going to Melanie Atkin of New Zealand, and the invitation gold going to Frances Loeb of the United States. So just part of the growth of the Pacific Games, and that particular event, the women's Oceania Half Marathon, incorporated into the half marathons today. But I tell you what, this team from Vanuatu, they are traveling absolutely magnificently. And at the moment, they are in 3rd position on the gold medal tally. I can't believe that going into the final day of track and field, Vanuatu sits above Fiji. But that is the situation going into this final day. Papua New Guinea, of course, after a very commanding couple of days, both yesterday and the day before, 12 gold for them. New Caledonia in second place with 7 gold. Vanuatu now with 4, but by virtue of a stronger display in silvers and bronze, they sit above Fiji, who are currently in 4th place as well. A couple of the amazing Vanuatu athletes here, just talking to Team Vanuatu as well about what they hope to do and where they're going. This association with their Chinese national coaches has borne some serious rewards for everyone. Chinese are absolutely delighted with the way it's going, and of course the Team Vanuatu officials as well. You might remember that Vanuatu athletes, some 109 of them travelled up to China recently, spent some 5 months up there before coming back down here and moving into their training camp at Oroko Village. 66 domestic athletes have been training here. They all linked up together, and now this team Vanuatu just absolutely storming at the moment. And I tell you what, their middle distance coach, Zhao Lu Zhu, very, very happy as well. And most of the fraternity here very happy indeed. 7 gold medals was the aspiration for Vanuatu heading into the mini games, and with 4 here at the moment, I tell you what, and a very busy day of competition ahead, you just never know. They could be going very close to that gold medal haul, but certainly a fantastic start. And this is just the start as well with this association with our friends, apparently, or their friends from China, because the Melanesian Games are now being targeted by this Vanuatu Chinese association. And then after that, there will be other major marquee events around the Pacific as well, leading up to the 2019 Pacific Games in Samoa. So I tell you what, all of a sudden, I think we have a new and very powerful track and field team that has been launched here and debuted here at the Mini Pacific Games in Vila. So congratulations to one and all. Been a fantastic, fantastic performance. So what have we got in prospect today? Well, another very big day of track and field here today. A number of fantastic blue ribbon events. We've got the field events, men's triple jump, women's javelin, men's shot put, and the women's high jump to be decided today. And out on the track, a couple of fantastic events, certainly very, very exciting. The men's and women's 200, the men's and women's 1500 meters, the women's 100 hurdles, the men's 110 hurdles. As we look at the 110 hurdles, this was the decathlon, the guys going through their event a little bit earlier on today. This got us underway just a little while ago, and you can see that the great decathlete Florian Giofis dominating this particular event. He leads on points now quite comfortably ahead of the rest of the field. In fact, going into today's event, Florian Girofes had 3,850 points. Next best, finishing second there in the hurdles as well, was Stephen Ham on 3,298, with Silolo Kivalu from Wallace and Fortuna and Bostillo from Wallace also battling it out alongside of Pasco Laupus from Vanuatu. But no doubting who our competition leader is at the moment, and Florian Gefbas certainly doing very, very well for New Caledonia. That's the situation as far as the decathlon is concerned. So just repeating today, field events, men's triple, women's javelin, men's shot, women's high jump. Should be good. Just wondering about those conditions for the high jumpers. Could be a little bit interesting, a little bit slippy out here at the moment. And then out on the track, it's the men's and women's 200, the men's and women's 1500 meters, the men's 110 hurdles, featuring the great Moen Boino. Can you back up after that big 400 the other day? The women's 100 hurdles, and then it is the men's decathlon, wrapping up their 10 events with the 1500. That's their final event later on today. And we're going to be wrapping up here at Corman later on this afternoon with the men's and women's 4x400. And the relay's always a great, great delight and lots of drama. Already the relays have created a little bit of drama here as well, with Fiji feeling, or Papua New Guinea at least, feeling a little bit aggrieved yesterday when they were beaten into second place after Toya Whistle could not run down the anchor leg in the final of the women's 4x1 yesterday, and she had to be content with the 100. They claimed interference at some stage, but they took the pictures from us and examined them overnight, and the jury finding and sticking by its original decision that the event was run fairly and equitably. There was no interference as far as the jury was concerned. The medal stood. Fiji coming away with a memorable win in the women's 4x100. We're just looking across there at the big nets, the men's decathlon, event number 7 currently underway. That's their discus, and we'll try and get some information up there from the discus shortly for you. But just as we do go across into the discus, a reminder that it is the great Florian Girafis who leads that competition with a handy 3,850 points at this stage. As soon as we can, we'll get you across to some discus, try and get you an update on how the decathletes are going down there. Big day in prospect as well. We've got the men's triple jump not too far away as well. It's time to start at 1:15 here local time in Vila. 1:15 for the men's triple, so that's about an hour away. We've got the women's javelin set at a 1:30 start as well, and then the men's shot put at 2 this afternoon. So things beginning to bunch up, but a little bit quiet until about 1:15. So we'll take in a couple of sights and sounds of this marvellous Corman Stadium and try and get a couple of shots out there on the men's discus, and we'll update you momentarily. As you can see, a little bit damp here today. A couple of the athletes just trying to stay nice and warm, but over to the nets, and you can see that Giaffis, the New Caledonian, got a big discus in his hand at the moment. There he is. You can see him just sort of limbering up. Here he goes. Leading the competition at the moment, and a pretty handy throw there. Gets the white flag, so happy with that. They're up to about their second attempt here at the moment, but there's our competition leader really beginning to hammer home something like a very good advantage at the moment in terms of these field events. Tom O'Shaughnessy just walking through shot there. Tom could be joining us a little bit later on today. So across then, Stephen Vanuatu about to take a turn in the discus. It's his attempt next. There he is, currently in second place in the decathlon. A little bit damp out there. You can see the reflection coming off the ring. So here then is Silolo Kivalu. This is the competitor from Wallace and Fortuna. Currently in third place. You can see obviously carrying a little bit of a leg injury, not really able to put the lower body into it, and certainly not doing the big twist takeoff. You can also see that the discus ring a little bit damp out there today as well. But Silolo there, Kivalu, currently in third position, coming into today's round, had racked up 2,552 points. There he is. So obviously a little bit of a problem there for him. So this is the other Vanuatu throw here, Pasco Laupas, currently in fourth position, 1,936 points coming into today's competition. So you can see, I think our Chinese coach has probably got a little bit of work to do with some members of the decathlon team, but it's just amazing to see the depth of Vanuatu decathlon here. That's Kivalu there from Wallace, just a replay of his throw. You can see just basically using the upper body, simply can't put the legs into it. Got a really serious calf injury there. The field was a lot bigger. They started off with 7 athletes all up, but big day of competition yesterday has taken its toll. So Robson Yanabe, PNG, is out. John Sade, he's also withdrawn from Fiji. then to Geoffres. You can see the technique there, just outstanding, and probably would be able to hold his own in the men's discus competition in his own right. I think Bob Snow was reminding us yesterday just what a great all-round athlete this guy is, French national champ. And on the subject of Mr. Snow, can we all, on behalf of TV1 and all of us here, wish him a very speedy recovery. Bob not feeling very well today, so decided to get a little bit horizontal, get back to his stats and facts, and I hope keeping a bit of an eye on us and a bit of an ear on us as well. And I'm sure he'll be on the phone very, very soon to remind us if we make any serious errors here today. But Bob, a speedy recovery to you. So currently in second place, Stephen Ham. See, nowhere near the rotation that Geoffres is getting, so basically all upper body stuff, this by the other athletes. Early days for Decathlon, early days for some of the eventers here.
Morning. I guys running. Like Laran. What time? 100? You.
Idea, of course, is to try and generate as much momentum and energy as possible in the ring, and most of the really highly credentialed throwers will rotate a number of times in the ring before the big release and the sling through the arm. So back to our evolution then. This is Silolo Kavu. Jeffrey Gardner there, you can see just noting where the discus hit the turf. And you'll notice, if we get back to that shot in a moment, just a line there, there's a sector, a vector that is drawn out across the grass. And you can see that as they take that measurement, that Silolo Kivalu, they're not very comfortable at all. You can see how he's trying to use the discus ring to get as much forward energy and momentum as possible into that throw, but really looking very tentative on that left leg of his. As you can probably just see the sector, the vector just drawn out on the grass in front of the cage. All throws must be contained within inside that vector. Otherwise it's judged a no throw. Men's discus decathlon, that's event number 7 for them. Currently underway. There's our competition leader at the moment. So it looks like a little bit of discussion currently underway with the athletes just being called in. So obviously that's probably the end of 3 rounds. Not too far away for the decathlete to get involved in the pole vault as well, which on a rather damp day like today is going to be a little bit tough for them as well. Going to really sort them out as well, I would suggest, because let's have a look at the evolution. Kavalu there, I reckon he's going to really be struggling with that leg injury of his. Chepoulas underneath the umbrella. Light rain here today in Vila. Bob Snow predicted it. He reckoned that the Archers were going to have a bit of a rough day today. They'd been looking at the long-term weather forecast and thought that things could get a little bit miserable today. So just warming up into what should be a big day of competition here today. Well, it looks like the decathletes are coming away then from the enclosure, so not too far away from them then. Going to join the next round of competition, men's decathlon. The best of, well, 10 days or 10 events, of course, 2 days of competition. So the guys in the decathlon having a little bit of a break. We'll next see them at about 1:30. The pole vault will be the next examination of their skills. Then on to the javelin, and then the all-important 1500 meters to see out their 2 days of competition. So, as I said, it's going to be very interesting to see how they go in the pole vault today. Grips could be a little bit difficult with the rain and the drizzle. Still light showers here in Vila.
We come from very vast, different backgrounds. We have all our own challenges, but somehow the challenges are the same.
It's quite challenging at times when we have men being seen as superiors in the community, and we're proving that we're capable of doing what men can do.
A lot of the weaknesses that I perceived were weaknesses are actually strengths that I can use in my role as a leader in the community.
The reason why I'm here is because I wanted to hone my leadership skills. And when I was told about this initiative by Cricket Australia and Netball Australia, together with the ICC, I was quite excited about the fact that if I can come and learn just a little bit more, there's one missing puzzle in this journey of mine as far as leadership and sports development is concerned. And I felt this is where I'm going to find the answers. That's why I'm here.
When I came here, I met this wonderful woman who kind of included me into their family. And this was a place where I could be myself. My views were counted. Whatever I said mattered. So it was like a family.
They got us to go to a very deep level conversant, and I thought I was pretty reflective already. I thought I knew myself pretty well, but they were peeling back layers I never thought existed, and even made me cry.
I came in this week, just to join a leadership conference with women. I'm about to walk away having met a whole bunch of new sisters from the Pacific. My network is stronger. I have a lot of people in the room where my weakness is their strength. So I have so much to take away, and I'm very thankful for the Government of Australia for believing in Olivia and Jane and this initiative. And I hope that many women after us can benefit from this initiative.
At first, I wanted to see what everybody was like, and when we started introducing ourselves, we had a lot of women who were outspoken. They were all very noisy. So I thought, oh yeah, that's the group I wanted to be in, and yeah, it was so much fun. And for me, I've learned so much, and also my self-awareness. I've brought myself right out, and I dug deep in me to find the real me, and it was good. I looked at the leadership style. I've learned that how I've been managing, it's direct. I'm not looking, out of the box and taking responsible risks. So from this course, I know I can do this. I have to learn to take risks. The activities we did, like 2 words, effective and efficient. Am I just efficient because I want to please my boss and I want people under me to see me, or is what I'm doing effective?
One of the standout moments was our trip to the Golden City. My expectation was that we were going to go to some beachside village and there'd be like a nice green field. And what I actually saw was that it was just a road, dusty road, and joy in the kids' faces, and that seeing their love of the game, their enthusiasm, regardless of their surroundings. One of the girls said that they wanted to play netball and that she wanted to represent PNG one day. And it was just that joy in her face and the possibilities. And often as adults, we forget about those possibilities. We forget that as children, we had those dreams and that there were no barriers.
I learned so much. Each and every woman here were true inspiration for me. I'm taking at least one thing from each and every one of them.
it's just blowing my mind, the things that I've learned. And the one thing that I will definitely start practicing as soon as I get home is they're having more quality conversations, and the framework that they gave us to do that. I talk a lot, I love talking, but I never realized that a lot of those conversations were not really quality conversations where I was listening to learn.
For myself, the highlight would be getting to meet all these people, networking here, just to have that relationship with them and build that networking with them. So going back to my organization, if I stumble or if I face an obstacle, you know, there's always someone I can talk to for help and advice, and someone I can connect to. Yeah.
I feel a lot of self-awareness. I'm more confident. I have a purpose. I know when I land, my flight lands, and I step off the plane, I know exactly where I'm going. I know exactly what I'm doing.
It's awesome to be amongst all the like-minded ladies. Together, we're a powerhouse. We're a powerhouse. Seeing the energy, the love, the emotional moments that we share, I know we can do something great for the Pacific.
Everyday women and children in the Pacific are affected by violence.
All women and children have the right to live free from violence.
Let's end violence.
Let's end violence.
Let's end violence.
Let's end violence against women and children in the Pacific.
Stop violence.
Stop violence.
Stop violence.
Stop violence.
Stop violence.
Stop violence.
Stop violence.